Anyway, without further ado, we're going to bring our special guest on. It's that part of the show, people, where we bring a guest on and we introduce him to you. And here he is. How you doing, man?
Hi, can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear. Loud and clear.
Excellent.
Now
We're off to a good start.
I can say your first name, but your second name is just flummoxed me. I've had loads of abuse from Janice, and she sent me loads of phonetics to try and get it right. So introduce yourself.
So actually, we did the last festival of the summer on Saturday, and the guy who introduced us on stage was the only person I think in 3 years who said it right for the first time.
Wow.
With no correction, and it is Scherdel. That's how you say it, Scherdel.
Scherdel. Right. Wonderful. Love it. Love it. Yeah. I'm glad you said that and not me. That's an unusual name though. Where's that come from?
It is German. It has German heritage, but it doesn't. I've got no German members of family that I can trace it back to, so it's just one of them things.
Oh, there must be some lurking somewhere if you've got the name, must there? Obviously, if you can it'll be there somewhere. It'll be there somewhere, won't it? Wonderful, wonderful. Anyway, thanks for coming on the show. Appreciate it. Appreciate your time.
No worries.
So you're from Donny?
Yeah. So I was born in Doncaster, and then I went to uni in Sheffield. So grew up all around kind of South Yorkshire and stuff. And yeah, I'm actually living out in East Yorkshire at the minute. So I'm getting about Yorkshire a bit at the minute.
Well, why would you leave God's own country, as they say? Do you know what I mean? Well,
East Coast, beautiful, man. It's lovely.
Mate, I love it up there. I lived in Doncaster for a few years. Yeah, Bolby. Bolby I lived.
So I lived in the town next to that in Conisbrough.
Yeah, very, very nice. I've got some friends around there, and and my lad, my youngest lad, was born in Doncaster Hospital, so he's Yorkshire.
It's a very Doncaster affair today.
It is, mate. It's a lovely place. And I actually went to see, as a young lad, I not a young lad, teenager, I loved Human League. And I went to see him at the, I can't remember what it's called now, the swimming baths, the Dome or whatever it's called. Went to see him there a few years ago.
So we did it's probably our biggest indoor gig today at the Dome. We supported Two Door Cinema Club at the Dome.
Yeah, it's a great venue. Great venue.
Awesome, yeah.
I was shocked when I walked in and he was bald as a badger, but do you know what I mean? Because he used to have long hair over his face, but there you go. So what I really liked, because I've been doing a little bit of research, I know, people are shocked and stunned. So what I like about this is you've gone from doing a full-time job to being a full-time musician, which I think is brilliant.
Yeah, it's not been easy.
I bet it hasn't.
It's still not. It's getting harder. If anything, as it gets busier and stuff. But it's something that I've got no regrets about. And that was something that happened in 2022. I lost me. I had a very stable job and career as a building surveyor. Worked for a housing association, and yeah, that was my life really. And then I kind of realised that you're just a number to people. I got made redundant, and then I was pretty downbeat about it. And then, because I worked my way up the company, do you know what I mean? I started as a minnow and I was kind of high up in my sort of early 30s in this company. And then, yeah, they just let me go in an instant.
Yeah.
And then here we are today.
Well, you only live once as well, and you never know what's around the corner. I've had a couple of major health issues and part of my skull taken away and all that sort of, and it makes you realise, do you know what I mean? It's you're only here once. Have a go at something, and if it doesn't work, what have you lost? Absolutely nothing. You've gained experience and probably had a great time. So I'm glad you did that, and it's good sometimes that you don't, at the time when you get made redundant, because I've been made redundant a couple of times, and you feel like the world's ended, and then you go, that was great that happened, because I've ended up with this, you know, and something else. One door closes, another door opens, and we don't know where it's going to lead us. And it's probably a blessing it happened to you, because you'd probably stayed in that very stable job forever.
Well, I can remember when it happened, and obviously I got a bit of money when I got paid out. And I was having some work done on my house. I'd bought an house maybe a year or two before, having some work done. And all my mates are nutcases, and my nutcase mate builder were there. And I said to him, I said, look, I'm going to have an extension on this with this money, I think. He says, why didn't you do what you should have done a long time ago? So I listened to his advice and I never had that extension done.
Oh, brilliant! And he lost out, and you gained. No, that's brilliant, though, isn't it? And sometimes your crazy mates, they're the ones you want, because
Yeah.
if you have ones that are sensible, they've gone, oh yeah, that's a good investment, that kid. Get a good job. Do you know what I mean? Get an extension. Oh, it'll be lovely. We'll have parties around it. No, it's brilliant. I'm glad he's done that. You need people you need people in his life that are gonna push your crazy ideas and go, yeah, go and have a go. I love that. He must have been.
Think outside the box because it was at that time. So he was doing work in the house and he was hearing all my demos that I was doing. So that's why he said it. So he was hearing all this music that I was working because I'd never released a tune in my life.
Wow.
Until 2022. I'd always been playing in bars and stuff like that, but it was just a side thing. Do you know what I mean? Side hustle. But I've been writing songs since I was 13, 14, and I've still got hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of them that have never seen the light of day.
Wow, that's great. So is Bob the Builder now your manager as well?
He likes coming to gigs.
What's his name? You need to give him a shout out.
His name is Marnie, and he's an absolute lunatic, but I love him to pieces.
Well, we love him. We love Marnie as well because he's shoved you in the right direction, and we played your tune before. We love it. It's really good, really good. Oh, it says here, musical influence often dubbed the South Yorkshire Springsteen. Now, I don't know if that's an insult or a compliment.
I mean, it's a compliment to me. That came about. I released a song in 23 called Balloon, and it is very heavily influenced by Springsteen, and then some of the press rate that. But I think Springsteen's got that big a catalogue, and I kind of joined the dots with that. I mean, I have got a huge catalogue of music that's still not been released, like I've just mentioned and stuff. And yeah, I like it. I'm going to run with it, man. Definitely.
No, it's great, isn't it? Springsteen's brilliant. He's absolutely brilliant. He's wonderful. So it also says here, you're heavily drawn on Britpop, 60s and 80s music. Like Billy Joel. I love him, seen him. He's one of my all-time favourites.
I've seen him twice, man. And Billy Joel, he was the one who inspired me to start playing piano. So I'm self-taught on all instruments.
Wow.
But he was the one that... Yeah, he was the one who pushed me in the direction of the piano.
Piano Man is one of my all-time favourite tracks as well.
That was the first song that I learned to play on the piano.
It's wonderful. And when I met my wife, we got chatting and whatever. We met in Holland, and she said, "Oh, she put some music on," and I think she put some on. I went, "I love this track." She's like, "I do as well." And we both sat there and just sang it, and it's been one of our tracks ever since. You know what I mean? So thanks to Billy. Yeah, there you go. So. So, yeah, someone says, who's your musical influences? We've talked about that, Billy Joel. Anyone else? Oasis?
It's not... I'm not going to lie, I used to be mad on Oasis, like hugely mad on Oasis. But then, I don't know, I started taking a bit of a deeper dive in music, and yeah, I've got to say that the reunion that they've just put together, you can tell that they want to be there, and it just looks spectacular. And I didn't get a ticket for it, and I weren't that bothered. But when I saw the first night in Cardiff, I was like, "Wow, they've put this together right." Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And but yeah, Oasis were there. But I mean, it's weird. I started my first journey listening to sort of heavier music when I was quite angsty and young. When I was sort of 11, 12, and then it moved into I started listening to Oasis. Then it was sort of the Vines and Strokes, and that kind of early noughties kind of indie sound. But yeah, there's a full musical tapestry there at the back of me, definitely.
Wonderful. Did you play at Glasgow in 24 as well?
Played 24 and this year as well, yeah.
Oh, wow. How did you manage... how did you manage that? How did you get... I don't mean you're shit and you can't shove me on there. I meant more like... How did that come about? I should rephrase that, should I? How did that come about? How did you manage to get on there? It's brilliant.
Knocking on doors, mate, until the doors come off the hinges.
I love it. And there's another one I think people give up too easy, don't they? it's a bit like everything in life. Everything's busy, social media. It used to be like 3 or 4 touch points for a customer. Now it's about 9 or 10 because everything's so fast. It needs to be keep tick, 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 keeps coming on. Thought you might have
You
had.
have to run it like a bit. You have to treat it like a business. If you don't treat it like a business, it's never going to go anywhere. Do you know what I mean? It's never going to go anywhere. You've got to treat it like a business. And I'm not going to lie, there are moments where it batters me, and it does batter me mental health at times. But when the wins come through, it's worth it, definitely.
Yeah, and all you've got to keep remembering is you're not a number. You're not you, aren't you? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
When it's because I've been in here umpteen times and gone, why am I doing this? What do you mean? What am I doing this for? And then you go, I know I'm doing it. Let's carry on. No
Yeah.
one's, apart from Janice, the producer, who's telling me what to do. No one tells me what to do. So they.
You've got to turn up every day. You've got to turn up, and you've got to carry on. And because if you don't carry on, that's when it's going to fail.
Yeah,
That's when it's going to fail.
you're definitely not going to make it if you don't
Yeah.
put the effort in. It's brilliant, mate, brilliant. So, what's your plans going forward? Where do you see yourself going? What's the big aim?
I mean, we recorded the next EP. So I put my first ever body of work out at the beginning of this year
Yeah,
in February, and that was over sort of a 10-month campaign where we were releasing that. We're about to release the second body of work, the second EP. That's going to be out in it was going to be out in May, but something's happened to one of the band members that means that 2 will be coming 3. So we'll be putting it out in June, I think. But that was recorded, and then I decided that weren't enough. So I've been in the studio and recorded 3 more tracks, covering my life, the one that we put out last month.
yeah.
The next one's coming out in October, and then there'll be one out in January, and then we'll start releasing the music from the EP. We've just done the EP with Richard Hawley's producer in Sheffield at Yellow Art Studios, and it's the best work I've ever done. It's called the EP coming out next year is called Boy Who Fell to Earth.
Oh,
We're going on tour in November, and then we'll be on tour again in May next year.
oh, that sounds epic because even that last one, Colour My Life, that's had about 10,000 streams on it. So that's a popular track.
Yeah, I just checked it before. It's gone up to 12. So it's like, and it's weird. We've done all the PR, and this time I've done it in house because I was spending money on PR and marketing and stuff like that, and I've kind of grasped it by the scruff of the neck and learned how to do it, and I've got the same results as when I was paying somebody X amount of pounds. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, the best person to promote a business is you because you know your business and what you want to put out there. And yeah, you can get to the point where there's physically no time for it, so you have to have to offload it. But if you can do it yourself, it's better because you know the sentiment, the sort of feeling you want. You might pick that, but that. Yeah, brilliant.
I think it's about planning where you spend your money. This is advice I give to new artists. Definitely, it's like, well, yeah, you could pay a PR agency 900 quid, but you'd be better off paying 900 quid in a better studio, getting a better song, and then doing that work yourself. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. If you can do that, brilliant. And if you can nowadays, I'm doing a lot of stuff with my brother on AI, and if you can automate some of your stuff as well, and some of your editing and things like that, that's absolutely brilliant. That takes it even better, doesn't it? So wonderful. Let's see if we've got any more questions because that's just us. Janny says, "Tell us about the track Colour in My Life." So yeah, she's asking about that now. So, what's it about? What's the
Colour in My Life? It was just, mate. I listened back to the demo of Colour in My Life the other day, and I can't believe how drunk I was on that demo listening back to it, and I can't believe it ever made it out of a cutting room floor. So I did the demo, but I put the demos together. So what I'll do is I've got an home studio at home, and I'll maybe write 10 to 20 tracks. And then when it's time to come to an EP, the producer will pick whichever tracks he feels strongest. That one didn't make the cut with Richard Hawley's producer.
Wow.
But then I wanted to, because I'm not going to lie, the stuff that I'll be putting out next year, it's going to take a different turn. It's going to be a bit softer, and it's going to be a bit more acoustic and a bit more, I don't know, it's quite special. There's like some Bowie influence on there. But anyway, back to Colour in My Life, I knew that the guy who could produce that and bring out that rock energy and that sonicness was a guy called Federico in Sheffield. And yeah, we took it to him, and he just did an absolutely exceptional job on it. And colouring my life, I don't know, it was just a bit of a play on words, really. Blue skies, red wine, white lies, gold mines, and then yeah, colouring my life. And then we obviously did the music video that accompanies it. We got a load of powder paint, and it was very DIY. A load of people chucking it at us on the top of a derelict building, you know. It looks cool. Mate, it looks cool.
Oh,
It
bro,
looks just as
I'm
good as
not
the
laughing.
folklore.
I'm just laughing at the idea. It's absolutely brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant. I love it. Because I thought it was a Bowie influence because the title of the EP was it "A Man That Fell to Earth" or something. I thought, oh yeah, that sounds a bit Bowie.
Boyle fell to earth.
That sounds a bit Bowie-esque.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, so the Boyle fell to earth is a song that I wrote in 2017. It was about my little lad. When he was born in 2015, and then I wrote that song in 2017. But it was always a song that, I mean, I never released songs till 2022, but that was one when I came back in 2022. I didn't really do anything with because it meant a lot to me. And then when I found out we were working with Richard Hawley's producer, I knew that he'd be the guy to put it together with the strings and the string arrangements and the production side of things. And mate, it's special. It's the most proud of anything that I've ever done.
Excellent, love it. I love your enthusiasm, mate. I think you're definitely going places with what you're doing. So you got to keep at it. I have random questions here, and I've got this one. It says, "What fictional character would you love to write a song for?"
Fictional character.
Yeah.
Mate, I hate these random questions.
We can come
Daffy
back.
Duck.
Daffy. I know I don't always like asking them, but sometimes I thought, oh, that could be interesting because it's putting you on the spot. I should have given you that before you came on.
The first thing that came to me, there were no rhyme or reason behind it.
No, I know, mate. Sorry about that. These ones, these ones, I need to start giving to Janny so that at least the person has an idea of what's coming, and they can think about it, can't they? So yeah. So you've got. Are you going to be on Glastonbury next year as well, or can't you tell
There's
me?
no Glastonbury next year.
Oh, it's every 2 years. Is it every 2 years?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's right.
Yeah, there's a strong possibility, yes.
Wonderful. You should be. You'd be not. Otherwise, you'd be saying, "You better put me on because I'll be knocking on your door again. I'll be here again, hounding you, man, hounding you."
I'm not gonna lie, it's so hard for bands to get festivals. It's so difficult. And everyone thinks it's the golden egg at end of it all. And I don't think, the more I'm into it, I don't think it is. I mean, it's good to play them and stuff, but I think building up your fan base and having that connection with your people is far more important. And I think when you do that, the festivals come more naturally.
I love that.
I mean, we've been lucky to play. I mean, we just did Rock and Roll Circus with James a couple of weeks ago. James and Ocean Colour Scene.
Wow.
And then we played we've done Tramline's main festival.
Yeah.
So we have played some big festivals, but we're in the same boat as everybody. It's very, very difficult. And it's a case of, like I said, knocking on doors until they come off the hinges, basically.
I like what you said there before. Well, there's a couple of things like treat like a business, because I don't think a lot of bands do. They think, and I do a lot of social media about this sort of stuff, that it's no good just to have great music, because there's loads of great music out there. There's thousands of tracks released every day, and they're brilliant. Some of them are brilliant. So you have to be, it has to be the personal touch. People have to connect with you. And they also go, oh, why am I not getting on that festival? And everyone else is getting on this festival, and we can't get on anything. But yeah, you're right. Yeah. If you're doing it for the journey and the love of what you're doing, the craft, and you amass a following, then you've job done, aren't you? That is just like an icing on the cake or something else.
So I think if you carry on doing that, stop focusing on that, and just focus on becoming unignorable, then that's when the break will happen.
Yeah,
I think that's what you've got to do.
I think, yeah, you're right. I need to flip on that. A lot of people want to go from they don't want to do the pub with 10 people there and no one watching them, and all chatting away and playing cards or whatever. They don't want to do that. They want to go straight from the bedroom to playing a main stage, and it's impossible because you've not had that experience that prepares you for that big stage, have you? Do you know what I mean?
It's like I've done Glastonbury, but then the festival that we played at last weekend, we'll play any festival. Do you know what I mean? The festival we did last weekend were a little like community festival in Whitwell, in Derbyshire, And you know what? They're absolutely incredible. I think that there might have been 400 or 500 people there in like sort of this old yard. It weren't the biggest yard. It looked full. Do you know what I mean? But it was a great stage, and it was one of the best atmospheres that we've had all summer. And do you
Brilliant.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
And there's we picked loads of fans up there. We picked loads of fans up.
Yeah, more intimate. They feel more connected
Mm.
to you. They're not, like whatever. And yeah,
Yeah,
absolute brilliant stuff. Brilliant stuff. Janice is asking, are you doing the Isle of Wight next year?
possibly.
He can't say. He can't say. He could tell you, but he'd have to kill you. So he cannot. He cannot confirm or deny this. I think she's asking because I think she's going.
Right.
That's why she's asking.
Well,
That's why she's asking. So
tell her to WhatsApp me.
if you do find that you're there, I'm no doubt she'll come and have a chat with you. Brilliant. You've given us some good advice for bands out there as well. So is there anything else you'd say to bands that, they're just starting out or they're a bit frustrated or whatever? What do you think is one of the most important things you should do, really?
I think you've got to stop caring about what other people think. The biggest advice and the advice that I'm seeing of breakthroughs is to just let go and stop giving
Yeah.
proverbial, stop caring what other people think and just do exactly what you want to do. And the minute you start doing that and you actually believe that and put that into play, that's when you'll start seeing it. That's the only time I've started seeing results. But just stop caring. Just have no care about failure or anything like that.
Yeah, I love that. I'm a bit like that myself. When people go, you can't do that, you shouldn't be doing that, I go, well, whatever. Do you know what I mean? Oh, don't do that. And I go, well, have you paying my mortgage or are you paying for my motorbike? No, well, I couldn't care less.
Yeah.
I think you're right. And you're doing it because you enjoyed it. And humans are quite good at picking up on fake as well. So if you're trying to fake stuff and be something else or whatever, and not be your true self, authentic, I think it turns a lot of people off. So I think that's what you discover is you start being you, and people then go, "Oh yeah, this. I like this. This looks like it's you know what I mean? It's
But then
genuine."
when you stop being scared about it, that's when the people see the authenticity, and then that's when the magic happens. Do you know
Yeah,
what I mean? That's
yeah, you agree. And tell you where I found it because I'm from a corporate background, and I always noticed that in corporate background, when I was in a job, you're always worried. People are always worried about, oh, I'm going to lose my job, or I've only got a month's notice. And then I went contracting, and
yeah.
every 3 months I was out of a job potentially, and I didn't care. I couldn't care less because I knew my job was good. So the way I operated was totally different because I was relaxed about it. And if you can get people that are working as well as artists, it transposes across everything. They get the best work. If they're worried about saying the wrong thing or challenging the boss or saying we should be doing this now, this would be better than just, well, yeah, whatever. They find they just blossom then, and people start respecting them. It's the same with music. It's the same. It's humans.
Couldn't agree
Brilliant,
more. Couldn't
brilliant.
agree more.
Mo Mantaray said, "If you're at the Isle of Wight, that'd be great." So I think he's going as well. So there you go. You've got
So we'll have two people
you've got
watching us.
two fans. You'll have two. You'll have two people in front of the stage. Job done. Have you had any disasters gigs? Because I love this question. Because at the time, a bit like getting ready to run it, it's like the world has ended. But afterwards, you can start laughing at it. What's happened that's really gone ballistic?
No, I've always took it very, very seriously, this, and sometimes a bit too seriously. When I was first starting out, I trained like every gig we were playing, we were doing it like Wembley. We had to be on time. Everything had to be on time. Do you know what I mean? I wanted some kind of, but I didn't adhere to my own professionalism, and I got very drunk sometimes. So we had one gig that we did in Blackwell Arms in Alworth, and I saw the promoter at Tramlines actually. End of July. And I gave him a big hug and he said, I'm so sorry about everything that happened. But it was a disaster. We were meant to go on stage at 9 and the sound man didn't turn up. And then I got drinking gin and tonics with the sport band. And then I was drinking triple gin and tonics. And I was getting more frustrated that we weren't on the stage. And then we were stood on stage and there were quite a few people there wearing in-ear monitors. And then the promoter was trying to do the sound himself and try and get the night off the ground, and then he pressed the wrong button and bust nearly bust and perforated both my eardrums and all the crowd's eardrums.
Oh
And by
no.
that time, I was just very drunk, very upset, not very consolable. So the promoter Jimmy had to nurse me back onto stage. That was probably the worst gig I've ever done in my entire life.
What you've learnt from it, haven't you? No, no triple gin and tonics. And one of your band members can actually use the sound equipment now, can't
Yeah, definitely.
Mate, we've all had them at the time. It's like the world is end. You just want it swallowed up. We've had all sorts on here. Talking about sound engineers, one of our bands that we chat to regular, that their gig started late. Oh, their sound engineer was late. He turned up on a skateboard and he said, "I'm sorry, I'm late. The traffic was really bad." So I don't know. I just don't know. It's mad, isn't it? We've had bands where they've turned up to gigs and there's been no microphones, or you know what I mean? It's like it's just I've got a gig on here.
I mean, before I actually started doing like separate my own career from what I used to do when I played in bars and stuff. But I played Chinese restaurants. I played some tragic places, man. Like I played like some really bad places. But that's what used to lower my soul, and it made me used to hate music, doing that soul-destroying kind of cover thing. I think that I can just put that down as a big disaster in my life. But I don't think I was ready to start putting my own art out there. So I just see it as a learning curve, man. Definitely.
Yeah, of course it is. It's all the steps to it. So where could people find you if they want to interact with you, find your music, chat to you? Where's the best place?
I'm very active on all social media. It's just Sam Scherdel. You just got to spell it right, Scherdel, and you'll find me.
Absolutely wonderful. Do you know what, mate? I think you're cracking. Your music's great. Your personality's brilliant as well. And I think that's another lesson for bands. It's no good just having the music. You need to be approachable. You need to be able to chat to people. It's one reason why we do this interview for the younger bands to give them the experience. But you're absolutely cracking, mate. Could you do us an artist drop before you go and say, "This is Sam," and your name, because I'll cock it up, and you're listening to Dougie Stone Radio.
What is it? Say that. Say it. What is it? Sam
Scherdel. I don't know. Chanel. Sam Chanel, something like that.
It's Chanel. Just say Chanel with a D.
Scherdel. I'm sorry. Listen, mate. It's not an excuse. I'm dyslexic, and names people can tell me stuff, and I completely cock it up all the time. It'll take me ages to get it. Scherdel.
So what is it? This is Sam Scherdel, and
your name's Scherdel.
This is Sam Scherdel, and this is
Dougie Stone Radio.
This is Sam Scherdel, and this is Dougie Stone Radio.
Cheers, man. You're a star. Please keep in touch. Good luck with everything you're doing. Keep in touch with Janice with whatever's going on. If you've got any releases or you want to promote anything, and we'll get it on the show or we'll put it on our social media, whatever. And good luck for the future, and keep on doing what you're going. And say hello to your builder, mate, because without him, we wouldn't have been chatting. So there you go.
Maybe so. Nice one. Thank you.
Excellent, man. Speak to you soon.
Catch you later.
Wonderful. What do you reckon to that, people? We'll let him go. We'll get on with his evening.